The Green Light Pod host, Chris Long, is back here on the program. Good to see you, Chris. How are you, brother?
Rich, how's it going, man?
Better than Doug Peterson, you know?
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
I know you're fond of him just like I am. What is he saying to the team? Like what do you do right now after that, Chris?
I don't know. I've been in the building on some days like today. That's probably the last place you want to be. I was thinking about that flight home for that team. Wasn't it such a buy low spot for that team? It was like, yeah, come on. They're going to figure something out. They're going to play better. Like going on the road, hostile environment, probably one of the better teams in football right now. If you're not ready to play there in the first 10 minutes of the game, they're just not ready. And it's a shame because out of the gate, I thought the defense was playing better, and I thought Nielsen was a really good hire, but they just don't seem to put a full game together. They don't seem to play complementary football. And yeah, Doug's on the hot seat for sure, don't you think?
I was just saying at the end of the show for first hour, Chris, that when an owner says this is our best team we've ever had and it's time to win and gives $55 million a year to a quarterback that you are in charge of growing and getting him to that Super Bowl level like you did for Nick Foles, right? And Carson Wentz, and you're 0-3 getting embarrassed on national television, that's how you get got. That's how you get got in this league. But you also have this team that it's pretty much the same group with some improvements that went to the playoffs 2 years ago, that was in line to be the 1 seed in the night that Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk got hurt on a Monday night against Cincinnati last year, and they haven't won since. I mean, it's still the same guys in the room, Chris, right?
Yeah, it is. Plus, exciting rookie receiver and that type of thing. I thought they were going to improve. I really didn't see this one clearly coming in this year. I didn't think they were going to win the division or anything, but figured, with the improvements, offensively, they'd be better and adding Nielsen, but it just has not come together for them. And I think pretty soon the first thing you probably see is like, hey, OC, got to make a decision on him. I don't know if it's one of those things where Doug, says he's going to take the play calling over or something like that. That's usually like the last hurrah. But it's not like you went on the road and lost close. And I think Doug's a great coach. He's a Super Bowl champion. There's nothing you can take away from him there. But at every stop, it works out differently. And, to 47-10, that's just like, that's insane. Yeah, that's I've been on some bad teams, and you don't forget those games, even on bad teams where you lose a whole bunch of them. They quickly went from a team where you're like, yeah, they got the franchise quarterback, he's due for a deal. Midway point last year, you're thinking they're maybe ascending. The last time they played the Bills in London, they played the Chiefs close early last year to start the season out. They couldn't put it together though, offensively in that game. And you're like, they'll put it together, and they just haven't. So I don't know where you go from here. They are certifiably a bad team right now. Like, it's wild. And Rich, you and I have talked about this before with Trevor Lawrence. I think we have. I don't know if we got to roll the tape back, but I've asked kind of like what has he done? You know what I mean? To demand that kind of money. It's tough, man. Quarterbacks don't grow on trees, but I do think what you're seeing is around the league is a lot of these people don't need high price quarterbacks necessarily. A lot of these guys don't need high draft pick quarterbacks. Not saying you can't hit on those guys, a la CJ Stroud and Jaden Daniels and people like that. But, KOC's making it work with Sam Darnold. Seattle is on year, 3 with a retread who's doing really, really well. Liam Cohen and Baker erase Sunday from your memory, but like good start. And Canales revamped his whole deal. So, they paid this guy, and now obviously you're stuck with him for a little bit, and Doug's under fire because of it, probably. I mean, a lot of it's his fault, but some of it's the QB.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.